Okay, so hello everyone. Yeah, this is a live session, about algebra skills, hmm, problem solving skills. So let's share my screen, okay, and we will start. So let's see. Math test. Yes, you can pass. Be confident. Math is that subject, many people think like it's something crazy, difficult, but no. Just to understand the concept. That's why today I want to go over the basic. Okay, so first of all, understand that in algebra or you want to do well in math, you have to deal with numbers. And when I say numbers, it can be some integers, okay, some integers. And for integers, know that these are counting numbers, okay? You have a counting number like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. We also have a 0, and we have their opposite like a -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. And if you want, we can put this as a number line. So you have a 0, you have a 1, you have a 2, 3, -1, -2, -3, and so on. We also have a decimal. Decimal numbers. I could pick like a 0.5, okay, 47.2. Yeah. We also have some fractions. Fractions. So for fractions, it can be proper fraction. So for example, I have a 3 over 7. So the numerator is smaller than the denominator. It can be improper. So for that, I'm going to switch. So 7 out of 3. Okay. Or it can be mixed number. So for that, I can have like a 3.5. Okay. I also understand that, okay, as scale, you have to know the signs in math, like a plus and a minus. And for that, there is a chart. It's very important, to understand. And that chart is what? Every time you see positive sign multiply by another positive sign, that give you positive. Every time you see positive multiply by negative, that give you what? Negative. And every time you see negative multiply by positive, that give you negative. And the last one, you see negative multiply by negative, that give you positive. So you'll see that when the sign are the same, the multiplication give you that positive sign. Okay, I repeat, the sign are the same. You multiply, you get positive. When the sign are different, that's why you have a negative. Okay, so also understand operations. In math, we have different operations. It can be some addition. Okay, so we can subtract, subtraction. Okay, we can multiply, we can divide, and so on. Okay, so these are very important when they say numbers. Be prepared for kind of standard. We have more, but let's just focus on this for today. And also a chart, of sign, very important. Yeah. Now let's do some practice. So suppose practice the set 3 plus 7. This is 10. Now, suppose I have 3 plus negative 7. Yeah, 3 plus negative 7. Okay. I want to check if people are here to, send the answer to that question. Okay. Okay, so if I have 3 plus negative 7, that will be what? Negative 4. If I have a negative 3 plus 7, that will give me 4. If I have negative 3 plus negative 7, that is negative 10. Okay, let's explain it. This one, is fine. Everyone can understand it. 3 plus 7 is 10. Now, when they say 3 plus negative 7, so we want to add the two numbers, right, with a different sign. So what we do the subtraction, which is to take the small number from the large number. Okay, what I mean, we have a 3, we have a 7. Even 7 have the negative sign. Because the two numbers don't have the same sign, what I will do is that I'm going to take a 3 from 7. That's what I'm going to do. And I know that it's going to be 4. Now I go back to the question, right? Okay, 7 has negative sign. 7 is that large number, and 7 has negative sign. Therefore, I give a negative sign to my result. Okay, now if I take negative 3 and the 7, again, two numbers with a different sign I want to combine. Here is nothing that we are multiplying. So the chart I gave you here is for multiplication, and this also was for division. But what I do here, we are combining the number, we are adding the numbers. Okay, so if I have a negative 3 added to 7, okay, again, because the two numbers don't have the same sign, what I will do is that I will take the small number from the large number. Okay, so I know that if I have a 3 and a 7, 3 is the small number and the 7 is the large number. So I will take a 3 from 7 and I'm left with a 4. Now I go to the question. Okay, the large number is 7. What is the sign for 7? It's plus. Even though the put inside, but it's plus, it's positive. So therefore my answer is positive 4. Okay, which is the case here. Now the two numbers have the same sign. Every time the two numbers have the same sign, and what you do, you add, and you keep that same sign. Simple. We're gonna add the two numbers and they keep that same sign. So I have a negative 3 and negative 7, right? The two numbers have negative sign. Okay, and I wanna combine. So what I do, I just add the 3 to 7. And if I add the 3 to 7, I get a 10. And because the two numbers have negative sign, so my answer will be negative 10. The reason we have a negative 10 here. Okay, so I hope is clear. Now let's do more. Let's do more. So this time I wanna do subtraction between numbers. So I take the same 3 and the 7. So 3, okay, minus not like that, minus 7, 3 minus negative 7, negative 3 minus 7, negative 3 minus negative 7. Okay, here the question is a little bit tricky. It's tricky, but it's just to understand the concept. And the concept is what? They say 3 minus 7. So do you know that I can write that again? 3 minus 7? Yes. I will remove the parentheses and I have a 3 minus 7. So I have two numbers, right, with a different sign. What I will do, take the small number from the large number. So if I take a 3 from 7, I left with 4. Now my large number is 7. What is the sign for 7? Negative. So I'm going to have a negative 4. Yeah. Now, the next question, they say 3 minus negative 7. So you see, I'm going to rewrite this second question here without parentheses. Yeah, without parentheses. To do it, let me rewrite this without parentheses. So I take parentheses from 3 and I get a 3. Now, I have a negative here, okay? And I have another negative inside the parentheses. So to remove the parentheses, the two negative will change to positive. So understand that when you have a parentheses, let's focus on this. You see, you have a parenthesis between two signs, like I have it here. So that parenthesis, okay, which is open parenthesis, okay, represent multiplication sign between the two signs. Yeah, multiplication symbol between the two signs. So it's like we want to multiply negative sign by negative sign. And remember, from the chart, negative multiplied by negative is positive. So therefore, I will have 3 plus 7, and the answer is 10. So therefore, if you have a 3 minus negative 7, this is same as a 3 plus 7, which is 10. The next one, so again, I will try to remove the parentheses so I can see clearly what is going on. The negative 3 in the parentheses becomes, stay that same negative 3. Nothing happened. Because when I have this open parenthesis here, the one I'm highlighting, okay, before that parenthesis, they don't put any sign, which means what? It's plus, it's positive. So positive multiplied by negative inside give you negative. Now, here, I have a negative, open parenthesis, and 7. But that 7 inside is positive 7. So I can put a little plus there. So that means if you remove the parentheses, this gives me negative 7. So I have a negative 3 minus 7. And remember, when we are combining two numbers with the same sign, we add the numbers and we keep that same sign. So I'm going to add the 3 to 7. I get the 10. Okay. And I keep the negative sign. So the answer is negative 10. I continue. Now, if I have a negative 3 minus negative 7, negative 3 minus negative 7, okay, you'll see that if I can remove again the parentheses, this will be negative 3 minus, and the minus inside will change to plus. So this negative sign separate by open parentheses. So the open parentheses is like multiplication symbol between the two negative. So that turn to positive. So I have a negative 3 plus 7. And I remember again, I'm combining two numbers with a different sign. So what I'll do, take the small number from the larger number. Okay. And therefore, what I will do is that I will keep the sign from the large number. So I'm going to have a 4 if I take a 3 from 7. And the 7 here is positive, which is the larger number. So I keep that sign for my answer. So it's 4. Yeah, that's what, you have to understand. Okay. Let's see here. Um, okay. Okay. Let's continue. Yeah. So this time, let's do multiplication. I take the same 3 and the 7. So I take a 3, multiply by 7. Understand that the way I write 3 parentheses like 7 means 3 multiplied by 7. Yeah, it's here. So if I don't put any sign between, close parentheses here and the open parentheses, that means it's a multiplication. So now take 3 multiplied by negative 7. I take negative 3 multiplied by 7, and I take negative 3 multiplied by negative 7. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen here. So when I say 3 multiplied by 7, 3 inside is plus, is positive. Even the 7 also positive. So I'm multiplying two positive numbers. So the result will be positive number. Okay, so 3 times 7 is 21. So the answer is positive 21. Now, the second one, I have a 3 which is positive multiplied by 7, negative 7. So positive multiplied by negative. Yeah, the result will be negative. And now 3 multiplied by 7 is 21. So now that is, where you have to apply the sign chart. Positive multiplied by negative, or negative multiplied by positive, and so on. Okay, the next one, same thing. Even they switch the sign, they put the negative sign for 3 and the positive sign for 7, are going to get the same result, negative 21, because it's positive multiplied by a negative, or negative multiplied by positive, because it's negative. And 3 multiplied by 7 is 21. Now, the last one, negative 3 multiplied by negative 7. So here, the result will be positive 21, because negative multiplied by negative is positive, and the 3 multiplied by 7 is 21. So that's the way, you understand this. Okay, now if I want to do division, I take the same numbers. Okay, I take a 3, okay, divided by 7. I take negative 3 divided by 7. Okay, I take 3 divided by negative 7. I take negative 3 divided by negative 7. Okay, so I'm gonna leave my answer as a fraction, as a fraction, and you have to be proper fraction. So 3 divided by 7, yeah, I have my 3 over 7. Okay, I want to leave it as a fraction. We can do different one where we can simplify. So negative 3 divided by 7, the answer will be negative 3 over 7. So you have a different way to write this. You can write it, okay, you can write it with the negative sign in front of the fraction bar, 3 over 7. Yes, it's correct. Someone can write it as negative 3 divided by 7. It's also correct, because it's negative result. So doesn't matter you put the negative in front of the fraction bar or you give to the numerator, it's the same answer. Now the top one here, so 3 divided by negative 7, okay, the answer is negative 3 over 7. Someone could write it as negative 3 over 7. Someone could say 3 over negative 7. But you understand that all these are the same. So the thing is this, you not see things like this in the book, okay? Yeah, uh, because 3 divided by negative 7, usually they will move the negative sign in front of the bar or to give to the numerator. Yeah, so that is a way to rewrite the fraction, with the sign. Okay, but it's not that it's wrong, but to make it nice, conform to everyone. So answer, that's why we'll see the sign in front of the bar. Now the last one here, the answer will just be 3 over 7. Negative divided by negative is positive. Okay, so yeah, before I end this, let's see if I can give you a challenge question. Okay, they say for each of the number line below, fill in the value of the point using mixed fraction. Okay, so understand that we saw that we have a different fractions. You can be mixed, fraction or mixed number. Okay, We can have an improper or proper. So if we check this one by one, first of all, we have a 2. After that, we have a 2 and 1/3. Let's write it down. They have the thing like this, right? And we read 2 and 1/3. Okay, this is same as 2 plus the 1/3. So that end means plus. Now let's see what happened here. So after we have a 2 and the 2 and 1/3, we have a 2 and 2/3. So seems like they are adding 1/3 to the previous number to get the next number. So let's check. So if I have a 2 and the 2/3, okay. So first of all, I have a 2. They add the 1/3 to get the 2 and the 1/3. They add another 1/3 to get the 2 and the 2/3. Now, if I have a 2 and that 2/3, I add another 1/3. Do you see that we're gonna have a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 3 times? So it's like I have a 2 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. So I have a 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 3 times. So which is what? 3/3. So 2 plus 3/3, right? And 3/3. So 3 times 1/3. We have 1/3 3 times, which is same as to say I have a 2 plus 3 over 3. But 3 over 3 is 1. So that 1 plus 2 is 3. So to make it simple, I hope you understand. I will not confuse you, but what you have to understand that after 2, we have a 2/3, 2 and the 1/3, okay, 2 and the 2/3. So next thing you have a 3, and that makes sense. And we repeat the pattern. After 3, we're gonna have a 3 and the 1/3, 3 and the 2/3, and you have 4. After 4, if we want to continue, we're gonna have a 4 and the 1/3, okay, 4 and the 2/3, and 5. If I wanna continue, and the 5, and so on. Okay, what about the last one here? I have 11. After that, we have 11 and 1/6. Yeah, that means they add the 1/6 to 11. So after that, we have 11 and 1/3. Looks like okay, something complicated. But let's see what happened here. So I have 11, right? Okay, I add 1/6 to 11. That's why we have 11 and 1/6. So if you have that 11 and 1/6, you add another 1/6. So this time you have 11 and what? 2/6. Because I have a 1/6 one time. If I have a 1/6 2 times, so I will give me 2/6. But can we simplify 2 over 6? Of course. So if you simplify 2 over 6, you're gonna get 11 and 1/3. Is due to do what? Here is to divide 2 by 2, because 2 goes into 2 and also to 6. Okay, that's why we have 1/3, which is the case here. Yeah, which is the case here. So after 11 and 1/6, you have 11 and 1/3. After that, you have 11 and half. Okay, why? Because if I have 2/6 and I add another 1/6, so this time I'm gonna have 11 and 3/6. After that, I'm gonna have 11 and 4/6, and so on. So can we simplify 11 and 3/6? See, this time I'm gonna divide by 3, so we get 11 and 1/2. Because if I divide 3 by 3, I get 1. I divide 6 by 3, I get 2. The reason, they have 11 and half. Okay, here. If we continue, what is the next one? Okay, so 4 over 6, right? Can we simplify 4 over 6? Of course, we can divide by 2, divide by 2, so we have 11 and 2/3. The reason they have this, okay, 11 2/3. Therefore, what is going to be the next one? Okay, let's check. So that means what? After I have that 11, right? 4/6. So the next one will be 11 5/6. Yeah, which is the case here. So that means in the, let's say we're gonna have 11, okay, 5/6, and the next one they got 12. Let's check. Okay, so that means what? After I have this, okay, the next one I'm gonna have 11 6/6. But 6/6 is 1, and that one added to 11 give you what? 12. The reason they have 12 after that. Okay, and what's gonna happen? They continue the pattern to repeat. So 12 1/6, 12 2/6 are gonna be 1/3. Okay, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So 12 1/2, 12 2/3, 12 fifth, six, and so on and so on and so on. Okay. Thank you so much. Let us stop here for this session, but understand that overall practice makes perfect. I will see you in my next live. Bye.